Welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for September 14th. As Catholics, we are assured of a constant thread of over 2,000 years of tradition and moral teaching. Within this thread are those who have sacrificed their lives through the shedding of their blood for the faith and Holy Mother Church. On this day, we remember these martyrs and whom, through their sacrifice, have aided in the growth and stability of the Holy Catholic Church. As the Catholic Catechism number 2473 states, martyrdom is the supreme witness given to the truth of the faith. It means bearing witness even unto death. The martyr bears witness to Christ, who died and rose, to whom he is united by charity. He bears witness to the truth of the faith and of Christian doctrine. He endures death through an act of fortitude. Quote, "Let me become the food of the beast, through whom it will be given me to reach God." Close quote. In union with that, I offer the story of the Venerable Bishop Fulton Sheen. He explained that when the communists took over China, they imprisoned a priest in his own rectory near the church. After being locked up in his own house, the priest looked out the window and was horrified to see the communists enter the church. Once inside, they went into the sanctuary, broke open the tabernacle, and in a hateful act of desecration, threw down the ciborium, scattering the host upon the floor. The priest knew exactly how many hosts had been in the ciborium: 32. When the communists left, they either didn't notice or didn't pay any attention to a small girl praying in the back of the church who saw everything. That night she returned and, slipping past the guard at the rectory, entered the church where she made a holy hour, perhaps of reparation for the desecration she witnessed of the Blessed Sacrament. After holy hour, she went into the sanctuary and, kneeling down, she bent over and received Jesus in the Holy Communion with her tongue, since it was not permissible at the time for laymen to touch the sacred host with their hands. Each night the girl returned to the church to make her holy hour and receive Jesus and Holy Communion on her tongue, just as she did the first night. On the 32nd night, after having consumed the very last host, she accidentally made a noise that awoke the guard who was asleep at his post by the priest's residence. From his bedroom window, the priest could only watch in horror as the heart-rending scene unfolded before his eyes. The girl tried to run away, but the guard caught up with her and beat her to death with the butt of his rifle. And so this young lady, this girl, this worshiper, she went to meet her Maker, her Creator. She went to meet Jesus. So in union with that, the following is a list of those the Church asks us to remember today. Please pray for all those who had loved ones who were martyred on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. The exaltation of the cross when the Emperor Heraclius, after defeating King Khosros, brought it back to Jerusalem from Persia. At Rome, in the Appian Road, during the persecution of Decius, Blessed Cornelius, Pope and martyr, who after being banished was scourged with leaded whips and then beheaded with 21 others of both sexes. On the same day were condemned to capital punishment Caesarelius and his wife Sallusia, who had been instructed in the faith by that same Cornelius. In Africa, in the time of the emperors Valerian and Gallienus, Saint Cyprian, Bishop of Carthage, who was most renowned for holiness and learning. It was near the seashore, 6 miles from the city, that he consummated his martyrdom by decapitation after enduring a most painful exile. The festival of the Saints Cornelius and Cyprian is kept on the 16th of this month. There suffered also in the same place the holy martyrs Crescentian, Victor, Ursula, and Generalis. On the Salarian road at Rome, during the persecution of Diocletian, Saint Crescentius, the young son of Euthymius, who ended his life by the sword under the judge Terpelius. At Treves, the holy bishop Maternus, a disciple of the blessed apostle Peter, who brought to the faith of Christ the inhabitants of Tongs, Cologne, Treves, and of other neighboring countries. And finally, on the same day, the birthday of St. John Chrysostom, Bishop of Constantinople, who was sent into exile through the conspiracy of his enemies, but was recalled by a decree of the sovereign pontiff Innocent I. He died on the way from the ill treatment he received at the hands of the soldiers who guarded him. His feast is celebrated on the 27th of January, the day on which his sacred body was taken to Constantinople by Theodosius the Younger. These are the men, women, and children that we honor today. As you go about your day and you are presented with situations where you are to defend the faith, do it vigorously, with love and charity, and remember these men, women, and children who offered themselves for the faith, who offered their blood for the church. Thank you so much for listening.